Hi, I'm Jennifer Jennings, and I'm the Associate Pastor for Children and Discipleship at First Baptist Church in Marion, North Carolina. Today, for our Take 5 Minutes, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite figures in church history, Brother Lawrence. Brother Lawrence was a 17th century monk of the Discalced Carmelite order, which basically means that they were shoeless monks. Um, and it was a sign of poverty, the fact that they were shoeless. They actually did wear shoes, but that was why they were called that. He lived his life in France and he was never famous. He just worked hard and focused on a life of service. But he kept journals, and those journals were later transcribed and published into a book that helped people feel God's presence with them always. It was called The Practice of the Presence of God. And it was published after his death. And his most famous quote that I wanted to read to you is, "We ought not to be weary of doing little things for the love of God, who regards not the greatest of the work, but the love with which it is performed." And I wonder what we often expect out of our work. Do we expect all of the accolades and the praise and the recognition and the acknowledgement? Because often we don't get that. But Brother Lawrence reminds us that that is not the point. The point of our work, what we do on a day-to-day basis, is to do things for the love of God. Brother Lawrence really felt that God was present at all times, truly with us and in all circumstances. All of our thoughts and our actions and words, they belonged rightly to God. The most important part of this is to consider what we need to do in order to respond with kindness and grace. Because if all of our words and all of our actions belong to God, then they need to reflect God's true character, and that is graciousness and kindness and love. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth." This verse reminds us to be still and know that God is the I am, and that the I am is with us and for us always. If we practice the presence of God in moments of stillness each day, then we can also translate that into the busiest parts of our day when we are the least still. We can still take moments to feel God's presence with us. So I encourage you to do that this week. Just spend some time thinking about where God is present with you and how God is present with you in each moment of each day.